What's up, guys? We're back here with Slime episode 19, 18, something of that number, somewhere in there.
Yep.
This episode's pretty straightforward. It's just the fight that was teased in the last episode. That's pretty much all you get. You do get some comedy. You do get everyone fighting. Mostly the Megalodons is where you get to see them.
I love they went that route.
Yeah, and as being a book reader, a light novel reader, and then the web novel or web whatever, web comic, whatever it is, it is pretty beat by beat follows the light novel. Besides it not being a whale or whatever, you know, maybe I misremember that, but it pretty much everywhere throughout the fight it follows the book. You have Gabaru making an appearance. You have my Lord Geld, the pigman, doing some stuff. You got, you know, all your main cast of characters perform fairly well.
And we get some of the other factions as well.
Yes, we do get another faction. We do get Carrion, I think, a Demon Lord. We get to introduce to him in this episode. But yeah, basically it's just from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight, you know, what all that happens there. And then there's a couple surprises along the way that we don't necessarily have to get into. But it does make this episode, I would say, even though it is one big fight, it's more of a comedic episode with really good action elements throughout.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. As far as like the fight, I did like the avenue they went. You know, they kept it into one episode, so that was nice. We got to see, like Michael said, a lot of Rimuru like main supporters miling, and even though that plays out maybe not how some people didn't expect, I did like that. And also I think milim is a really good use in this episode. As far as, you know, seeing the different factions and stuff coming into play, that's cool, because I think we were talking like we've seen Carrion before, but this is like the first time Rimmer's actually interacted with him, so we got kind of this promise between them that may or may not, you know, fall apart.
You know, it's a Russia-Germany kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's a perfect way to describe
historical reference.
The only other thing that I will say, the fight, I think, and little parts are kind of predictable. That's okay, because like you said, it takes more of like a comedy aspect than like a true like you know, life or death scenario fight. So but if you had seen, you know, some of our other episode reviews that we did a while back, I think I summed it up pretty clearly, because there is like a little bit of a reference to the Orc Lord, or at least, you know, like the things that they get thereafter. So, and that ended up basically almost spot on, I think, to what I said or thought. So, but still a really good episode. I don't think we've seen action in the last couple, or at least, you know, like a fight.
Really, yeah.
So this was actually a really, you know, great way to come back with that, because as much as I do like comedy and just talking here and there, I do like to see action. So this one's probably been one of my favorites in the last couple, just because of that. But
yeah, it definitely was. One thing that we were worried about, which you kind of always are after you've seen Goblin Slayer, is CGI and how they're going to use it and if it's going to flow through the episode. But for the most part, I think they did a pretty good job. I don't know how much CGI they actually used, but those that they did and the action scenes that they did in this episode were all done fairly well. And there is kind of a time skip, but it makes sense, because it's kind of monotonous how they are fighting for a period of time. But overall, with the effects, you know, the grand finale, and then Rimuru's actions and his skills, we get to see one particular skill that's kind of a evolution of previous, so that's kind of cool. We get to see that. But all those skills and everything else were done fairly well as far as animation and everything like that.
I'll have to go and look back, but I think Slime is probably one that I've been the most okay with CGI, because you know, we have seen it before with like the Orc Army and stuff, and I don't know what really they did differently in terms of the CGI work, but it does look like it blends in a lot better with like the hand-drawn animation. And so I would say probably out of the shows that I've at least watched, probably the one I've been the most okay with, or, you know, kind of mid light. Looking at you, Goblin Slayer. Hated that trash. So, but yeah.
Rest in peace.
Going into the next episode, I was trying to remember. We did get a title drop. I don't remember it, but did we get any?
No, I don't think we got any sneak peeks. If going by what like the next light novel, we should get into the children arc, which is more important.
Where he's haunted in his dreams.
He's haunted in his dreams, and he must help these children. But the importance of that, and the introduction of more characters, we'll have to see. But it looks like if it follows that, we'll be changing settings to more of a actual human settlement. So that'll be interesting.
And we're looking at 5-6 more episodes.
Yeah.
So there's only maybe 1 or 2 more arcs, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, probably
left
like
in
one
the show.
arc. Uh-huh.
So,
we'll have to see how, because so far in the tone of Slime, we've gotten more happy-go-lucky and everything's fine.
Yeah.
So there is a sad part coming up here soon. So we'll have to see how
are they going to
finish it on the sad part, or are they going to extend it a little bit? It'll be interesting to see what they do. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that because I always like it when they change tones. I don't know if you heard me, but shout out to Final Space if you like that show. It is coming back this year. Go check out our review. Sorry, a little bit of plug in there.
I don't even remember if that story's complete. I guess not.
Not yet, because it's coming.
It's coming.
But anyway, guys.
Not like Video Game High School. That's perfect ending.
Yes, it is. That's realistic ending. I feel good because he didn't get completely cut at the end. So
mostly.
Yeah, mostly. I think it works out good. Anyway, so I guess that's it for Slime. Like we said, not much happened, but it was a good episode. So we're looking forward to the next one, and hopefully, sorry, I'm going to throw this real quick because I haven't done it in a while.
Ooh, that was a good throw.
That was good, sir.
Form.
I did track and field.
Shot put.
Yeah.
Anyway. It was a good episode, and overall, I think it was my favorite of this week of the one we've looked at. I mean,
because you'll probably see Love Is War already up. Mob will probably be after this one, but yeah, we'll just leave it there. It was a good one. It was probably the best one out of all of them.
Well, that's pretty much it for Slime. You know how we are. We're sticking with our bro Remenru to the end. Hopefully. He evolves further here because he did take the core of that creature, so we'll have to see if he gets a power up. But anyway, later, Addicts.
Peace.